Greetings, and welcome to my channel. October 28, 2019. 3 days before Halloween. Take note of it, because it is set to be the craziest day of the month in the TV box community, after the latest release of the Nvidia Shield Pro TV box was leaked on Amazon on purpose. This is not without great anxiety, resulting in massive widespread speculation about its new appearance, its hardware, and performance. So in preparation for this glorious event, it is only fitting that I bring to you the long-awaited and controversial review of the second generation of the Nvidia Shield and see where it places on my chart and what are the pros and cons of this highly rated device. Why controversial? Well, the Nvidia Shield is hailed as being the undisputed king of TV boxes, that no other TV box can compare, and anyone seeking to purchase a TV box should ignore the rest, because the Nvidia Shield can do anything other boxes can do and do it better. Well, today's review will put that notion to the test in my usual style, and let's see if it is the best of the best of the best. Stay tuned, because you don't want to miss a beat. Welcome back. Before we get started, I would like to state that I purchased this model myself, and all comments in this video are totally my own, and they are not influenced in any way or geared towards promoting this product. So to get started, let's take a look at the box it comes in. The box is professionally well labeled, and to one side there's a list of serial codes with certifications, indicating that this product went through a series of inspections and was granted official licenses before hitting the market. To the other side you have some specifications. It shows that the CPU is the Tegra X1 processor. The GPU is the 256-core Nvidia Graphics processor. It has a 64-bit CPU. It has 3 GB of RAM and 16 GB of internal storage. It runs on Android TV operating system featuring Google Cast. It has 4K HDR, 1080p, and 720p display. It has HDMI 2.0B, with HDCP 2.2 plus HDR. It has 802.11 dual-band Wi-Fi, Gigabit Ethernet, 2 USB 3.0 ports, Dolby Digital, Dolby Atmos 7.1 and 5.1 audio passthrough, and HDMI CEC support. So without further ado, I will do a quick unboxing. In the box, you have the Nvidia Shield itself. You get this wireless Bluetooth remote with voice command feature. You get a gamepad controller featuring volume controls, a headphone jack, and a play-pause button. You get a micro USB charging cable. A 19 volts 2.1 amps power adapter. So definitely we see more power needed than usual to power the Shield. And the last two items is a quick start guide and a support guide. Let's take a look at its design and its input-output peripherals. The entire body is made of plastic, it has a semi-glossy surface with the Nvidia logo, and a power LED light to the top. To the rear of the box you have all of the ports. You have the HDMI port, 2 USB 3.0 ports, 1 Ethernet LAN port, and the DC power input jack and some ventilation holes. And that's all the ports you have on this box. There is no optical audio port, microSD card reader, audio video port, or reset button. Below the box, you have some more ventilation holes. So I will connect it to my 4K TV and capture card and continue. So the Shield is all connected. And as you boot up for the first time you are greeted by an Android animation for a couple of seconds. Then you're presented with a screen to connect either the wireless remote or the gamepad by pressing the power button on the gamepad, or the OK button on the wireless remote. Once connected, you are then carried through the whole Android TV startup wizard. Once completed, you are taken to the launcher. So this is Android TV OS version 9 Pi in its fullest form, meaning it's completely certified with all features like Chromecast and Google Assistant working. One thing to note is that you will have to complete a series of Shield Experience updates on first start to bring it up to date, so you will have to bear with it until there are no more updates. I completed at least 5 updates, but rest assured, these updates will appear over time as Nvidia always provide updates when the need arises. Features of this firmware include 4K resolution up to 2160p at 60 Hz. Advanced CEC control options that actually work, eliminating the need to turn on your TV or turn it off manually every time. Advanced display settings. Advanced audio settings, featuring USB audio settings. Also under Advanced Audio Settings, you have your Dolby Atmos and DTS surround sound options. Google Assistant settings. Built-in Chromecast feature. Under System Settings you have LED brightness settings. Processor performance settings. Cooling fan settings. So from this setting we learn that there is a CPU cooling fan inside this box. And some USB port settings. There is no Dolby Vision or HDR display setting, but I am quite sure that these settings are included in this box and are enabled by default or automatically. I will confirm these later in the 4K segment. So when compared to other Android TV boxes, we see the Nvidia Shield having an advantage in certain areas that require Google to be certified. So to begin testing the features and capabilities of the Nvidia Shield, I will first test to see if alternative launchers work on this firmware. The Shield is running Android TV, so your favorite alternative launchers like the ADW Launcher 2 will not work. Instead I installed an alternative launcher called the ATV Launcher and it works. However, it is no way close to the features you have on the regular mobile version of Android alternative launchers, where you have long-click pop-up menu and drag-and-drop features. Also on the Nvidia Shield you have no navigation bar or status bar for multitasking. In all fairness, I connected a mouse to the Nvidia Shield and installed a file browser. Then I sideloaded the menu button app in an attempt to use it as an alternative navigation bar. The app does not work because it is not compatible with Android TV OS. The Nvidia Shield however has its own multitasking feature, and you can access it by tapping twice on the home button on the remote or gamepad. Another issue I encountered is that the Nvidia Shield is not AirMouse friendly. It recognizes the mouse and allows you to click certain things, but you cannot right-click or use the cursor to click keys on the virtual keyboard. So for users looking to navigate with an AirMouse like in other Android TV boxes would be a bit disappointed, as you are forced to use the stock Shield remote or the gamepad with no AirMouse feature. In the apps section, you have the official version of Netflix, the Android TV version of YouTube, Amazon Prime Video, Vudu, Amazon Music, Plex, and the Android TV version of the Google Play Store. When compared to other TV boxes, no regular TV box running on the mobile version can compare. This is because the Nvidia Shield has full certification running on a certified version of Android TV. This means that Netflix and all other premium streaming services will play in the highest HD and 4K quality provided by each service. What regular Android users will have a problem with is the Android TV version of the Google Play Store. The Android TV version of the Play Store is not the same as the one we are accustomed to on the mobile version. You will not find most of your favorite apps and games on the Android TV version, and a lot of apps that you can run on the mobile version with root access you cannot use them on the Nvidia Shield. More than that, you will find yourself with the task of sideloading most of your favorite apps, which can be frustrating. I will now install all my apps needed to complete my review. So I'm back. And I had to sideload all my apps via the APK Pure App Store, because most of them are unavailable on the Android TV App Store. But nonetheless, I will first check its root access information. It shows that the Shield is not rooted, running on Android 9 operating system. This was expected because in order to have a box that is fully certified to play Netflix in 4K quality, it has to carry the digital rights and the encryption to prevent piracy, and that usually works in an unrooted environment. However, in recent Android TV boxes they have included a root switch in their settings area that doesn't grant the digital rights to view Netflix in 4K quality when turned off, but it's a feature Shield users don't have. Let's look at its system and hardware information. The manufacturer is Nvidia, and the model is the Nvidia Shield Android TV. It comes with 3 GB of RAM, which is LPDDR4 memory, and this is the remainder of the storage from the 16 GB after the Android installation and all the apps I have installed. The Bluetooth version here is 4+, which indicates that you have Bluetooth 4.0 support or higher. The CPU is the octa-core Nvidia Tegra X1 divided into 2 cores. A quad-core Cortex-A53, and a quad-core Cortex-A57, for a total of 8 cores running up to 2.0 GHz. This configuration is the only of its kind in the industry, and despite seeing CPUs reaching 2.2 GHz in recent videos, the octa-core Tegra X1 is still the CPU to beat. Below here it shows that the Shield has support for both 32 and 64-bit ABIs, allowing it to run both type of applications. The GPU is the Nvidia Tegra Graphics processor, with a refresh rate of 60 Hz and OpenGLES 3.2 support, which is great for gaming. Under Network, it shows that the box has dual-band 2.4 and 5 GHz Wi-Fi support. Under Android information, it shows that the operating system is Android 9 Pie, and it also shows that the box is not rooted. Under Thermal information, there is no information because Nvidia has blocked access to that sensor. The box comes with codecs for playing 4K videos like HEVC, H.264, H.265, VP9 decoding, and a couple of others, all needed for the playback of 4K media. The Nvidia Shield is the only TV box that shows an H.265 encoder in this list along with the HEVC decoder. And that's it for system and hardware information, and let's see the kind of scores it throws up on the board. First, I have the results of the RAM copy and the internal storage read and write speeds. The Nvidia Shield has a RAM copy speed of 7,810 MB per second. The internal storage has a read speed of 218 MB per second, and the write speed did not produce any results. Maybe it's a compatibility issue. This score is a high score, but it's not the highest I've seen on the market. Boxes like the Magic CN6 Max produced higher scores. Next, I have the results of the Wi-Fi speed test. The Nvidia Shield was able to hit the maximum speed of my internet package of 100 MB on the 5 GHz Wi-Fi band and on the LAN port. The 2.4 band fell below by 59%, managing only around 69 megabits per second download speed. So these are similar results to some of the boxes in my recent videos. I remember a question from a subscriber about using your TV box as a hotspot for tethering, and it worked in boxes like the Ugoos AM6 and the X2 Pro model. The Nvidia Shield does not have this feature, and it cannot hotspot to other mobile devices. Maybe the upcoming model will include it. Next, I have the results of the Antutu benchmark, the score I use to rank boxes on my chart. There is a new Antutu version 8.0 on the Play Store, that now includes a new terracotta Vulkan graphics test instead of the old maroon test. However, to reference the Shield to other boxes on my chart, I used version 7 to avoid any doubts about the resulting score. The Nvidia Shield got a score of 222,556 in the Antutu 7. And 231,325 in the new Antutu 8. This score is very high for a TV box, and when compared to the Ugoos and the GT King model, the Nvidia Shield hit it out of the park, and we already know where it ranks on my chart. In the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark, the Nvidia Shield got a score of 1450 single-core and 4164 multi-core. From my recollection, these scores are not much different from the scores of the AM6, and we will see in a moment how this measures up on the chart. The final results is the Ice Storm Extreme and the Slingshot GPU graphics benchmark. The Nvidia Shield maxed out on the Ice Storm Extreme test because the GPU is too powerful for that test. But in the Slingshot test, the Shield got a massive 3744. And in the Slingshot Extreme with Vulkan support, the box got a score of 3717. These scores are way above what you would normally get in a regular TV box, and the Nvidia GPU really showing its power in this test. So that's it for the benchmarks, and let's see where it places on my chart. So after entering the scores, the Nvidia Shield blew past every box, taking position number 1 on the chart in reference to Antutu benchmark scores. This was more than expected, but there was one benchmark where the Nvidia Shield did not come out on top, and that's in the Geekbench 4 CPU benchmark, where the Yugu's AM6 maintains the highest score. I found this to be quite strange, so I ran the benchmark a second time to make sure, and the results were slightly better by single digits on the multi-core score only, but still lower than the Yugu's AM6. So by these results, I am inclined to rate it as the best TV box for 2019, but will it be based on CPU performance or GPU performance? What are your thoughts? You can view the results of this test on my website at tvboxstop.com in full spreadsheet format, where you can interact with it and compare scores. See the link in the description area. So to begin showing off its entertainment features, I will start with Netflix and Amazon Prime Video. One of the biggest shortfalls with most TV boxes is the fact that they cannot play Netflix and Amazon Prime in HD and 4K quality. The Nvidia Shield is one of the few boxes on the market with all the requirements and certification to play all of the premium streaming services in full HD and 4K quality. Another problem with other TV boxes is that they cannot install or update Netflix from the Google Play Store. With the Nvidia Shield you can install and update Netflix and all other premium streaming apps directly from the Android TV version of the Play Store. So if I open a movie description, here you can see that it's in full HD quality. For those of you who have never seen Amazon Prime Video in HD or 4K quality, here's an Amazon Prime Video not only in HD quality, but in HDR video format to top it off. So the Nvidia Shield is the best when it comes to premium streaming services. However, these services are not free, and will require a subscription of $13 to $15 a month for a Netflix HD or 4K plan respectively, and $119 annually for Amazon Prime membership that includes Amazon Prime Video. Not too bad if you can afford it. But if you're looking to cut the cord, then you may want to consider alternative means of streaming or an alternative device. The reason for installing the Android TV version of YouTube on other boxes is that on Android TV OS this version of YouTube is standard and it plays videos in 4K quality when the mobile version can't. So if I play a 4K video, here you can see it plays in 4K 2160p quality, and this is standard on the Nvidia Shield. Another great feature of Android TV is the Google Assistant feature. This feature provides voice search and voice commands using far-field technology. I will just do a simple search on a recent development. Okay Google, what is the new Nvidia Shield release date? You can also do other commands using Google Assistant. Okay Google, what's the latest news? Okay Google, open Netflix.
Opening Netflix.
Okay Google, open YouTube.
Opening YouTube for Android TV.
Okay Google, open the Google Play Store.
No problem.
And it works. Another feature the Nvidia Shield boasts about is Chromecast. Lots of boxes run Android TV, but few of them can run Chromecast, which means you can cast media from your mobile device in the highest quality or whatever device that uses Chromecast to the Shield. So I will do a quick demonstration. There's been lots of news going around the web that the Nvidia Shield was having issues with 4K video playback with certain file formats. Well, I hope they sorted out their issues, because I am about to play my list of 4K video samples.
executioners, judges.
Now clear of doors.
Welcome to the inside of your head.
Well, that was a perfect run. I didn't notice any playback issues during the demonstration, even in the videos that has Dolby Atmos, and most of my samples are in HDR 10-bit format. So I couldn't find any issues with the video playback, but I did however discover an issue with the audio playback. I couldn't get the Nvidia Shield to produce Dolby Atmos audio. It played the audio, but only in Dolby Digital Plus format. I'm almost 100% sure that the Nvidia Shield can play Dolby Atmos. I even turned it on manually in the sound settings area, but it's just not processing it. See for yourself.
Juries, executioners, judges.
Welcome to the inside of your head.
So it played Dolby Audio Plus, DTS Surround Sound Audio, and THX. But not Dolby Atmos. What are your thoughts? For the final demonstration I will play some Android games and attempt some gamepad keymapping. The Nvidia Shield comes with one of the best gamepads in the industry, because the Shield is also a gaming console. With this gamepad you have access to the Nvidia Games Library, where you have access to both paid and free games once you create an account and is granted access. You can play top game titles like Fortnite and Mortal Kombat 11, but these will be paid subscription to access them. The gamepad has volume controls, home and back buttons, force feedback vibration, and a headphone jack for quiet gaming. I sideloaded some of my own games, and let's take in some gaming action.
Yeah, and he's normally quite reliable when it comes to striking the ball, but... Oh, it has to be! Oh, on the goalkeepers, and he's going to shoot! And we've got a goal, that's the first one, and I think there'll be a few more to come. And he's up to head it away. And here's a shot now. It's a well-taken goal, and they're level. That's very good skill. He's made the defender look a bit awkward there. Taken on the full. Oh, and it's there. It's in there. And that could seal things here.
Traitors of... Show me one time. Straight.
You are going down! Ouch!
The power and smoothness of the Nvidia Graphics GPU is the best in the industry, but I noticed some skipped frames during the Shadowgun first-person shooter game. Because of the growing demand for Battle Royale games, Nvidia installed some preset keymapped buttons for games like PUBG, and they activate automatically when the game starts to use with keyboard and mouse control. I tried for hours researching how to edit and use this feature, but it appears it's not working on this model. It works in the first model of the Shield, not on this one. In summary, the Nvidia Shield by all means has the best CPU and graphics hardware in the industry, but according to my benchmark it didn't top the CPU score. All other scores were way above par, still taking position number 1 on my chart. As a TV box user myself, I have some mixed feelings about the Nvidia Shield as being the one and only TV box above all others. The first issue I have is having no root access, where I cannot run certain apps on the Shield and there's no root switch feature. The 16 GB of internal storage is disappointing for a device of this caliber, and it should have had 4 GB of RAM instead of 3. The other issue is having to sideload everything, which can be quite annoying. The Android TV version of the Google Play Store is very limited, but you can sideload a lot of apps. What impressed me the most about the Shield is Netflix and Amazon Prime in HD and 4K quality, the Google Assistant feature with far-field technology, and the graphics quality during gaming is the best in the industry. A major gray area that needs the attention of Nvidia is the inability to process Dolby Atmos audio. Maybe it's a firmware issue, because the Dolby Atmos options are there in the settings area, it just don't seem to work. So in the end, is the Nvidia Shield the best of the best of the best? For its hardware and power? Absolutely. For its firmware and user experience? I don't think so. There will be lots of users who will not enjoy the interface of the Nvidia Shield and some of the restrictions it imposes, and will opt in to use another TV box running on the mobile version of Android, despite not having Netflix and Amazon Prime in HD quality, and focus more on cord-cutting options. But that's just my opinion. What's yours? So viewers, there you have it. This was my review of the Nvidia Shield 2nd generation model, and it's just in time before the release of the 2019 Pro model on the 28th of this month, and we look forward to that. We are seeing drastic reduction in prices of the Nvidia Shield 2nd generation model prior to the big launch later this month, so I placed a link in the description area, so be sure to check them out. Thanks for watching. Remember to give this video the thumbs up or leave a comment about your thoughts on my review. And remember to subscribe and click the notifications bell to be notified when I release more TV Box videos or do a giveaway. Keep streaming, and see you in the next one.